What's going on, Vision Fam? We have just come back from seeing Thunderbolts, and this is our movie review.
Yeah.
So, new MCU movie this year. Let's get into it.
You start, man. You start, Dre. Yeah.
I was looking forward to this. When I first heard about this, I didn't really care too much because of the team. Like, John Walker, Ghost, Taskmaster. I said, these are some nobodies. But I think it's meant to be like that because in the essence, there are nobodies in the MCU. But as the trailers came on, I was like, okay. That like second trailer came out. I was like, I'm interested. Then I'm hearing sentries in it, so now I'm very interested. So, and then the reviews come out. It's good stuff we're hearing.
Yeah, they said, what is it, 95%?
90%, something like that. I would give it 80 to 85%. I think it's still a good movie.
Overall, based on how, we've been watching the movie and stuff like that. So, Sentry, obviously we've been waiting for Sentry for a while. For many, many years since I was a child. Looking into Sentry and the powers and all of that. That was my excitement. Cool. Loved it. Loved his role in the movie as part of the main character, one of the main characters anyway. Overall, I would have gave the movie 84.
Still fresh.
It was a bit slow. It was a bit slow, so we got to think about that. There was a lot more dialogue than action, which I considered as part of what I didn't want so much in this movie.
Honestly speaking, upon my heart, this it hurts me more than it hurts you. I need you to realize this, Marvel. I give it a 60%. I give it a 60%, man. It's a 60.
Why would you give it a 60%? Oh.
I don't think
You think it was that bad? It's 60%.
I give it a 60%.
I just want to check something. Marvel movies, Rotten Tomatoes scores. What percentage are you ranking Thunderbolts? 60. Let me read you what is 60% in the Marvel universe, yeah? 68% The Incredible Hulk. 67% Thor the Dark World. 63% Thor Love and Thunder. 62% The Marvels. You're saying Thunderbolt is within that rank?
The script. Who wrote this? If we're gonna be real here, you and me, Dre, Brody, we sat down here. If we sat down together, they gave us the money. Give us the money. We could have made a way better Thunderbolts. And you know that's right.
What are 3 things you would have changed to make a better Thunderbolts?
First of all, you got to understand the material. You have elite assassins. These are all the characters, called the underdogs here. They're not really popular like that, but these are you have Bucky in the movie. Bucky, you ever watch Captain America Civil War? Winter Soldier? This is Bucky that we're talking about. You have Bucky in the movie, and you don't know what to do with it. It's like they didn't even watch the previous films that actually gave them success. Bucky is in the movie. Forget the other characters. Bucky is there. How? This whole movie was a comedy.
3 things that you would change. Quick
Please.
fire.
All right, cool. Less comedic.
Less
shit.
comedy. Okay. What's the second?
Remove all the comedy. Not all of it, but like just put in the right places that actually fit. Actually make Sentry terrifying. You get it?
You don't think he was terrifying?
No, the guy was sad all the time.
But that is Sentry. Though.
Yeah,
That is him.
I get that that's like his struggle. That's something that he struggled with. But look, the Void is supposed to be terrifying.
He wasn't scared.
No, because
When the little girl died,
the
he wasn't-
movie, she didn't die. Clearly, she was there. She clearly didn't die. Look, if she died, then I would have been like, oh, cool. I'm a bit more convinced. I wasn't scared. I knew Sentry wasn't gonna hurt no one, and I knew exactly how they're gonna defeat him with the power of friendship. That's exactly how they defeat.
What's the third thing?
The power of friendship. Remove that. Remove the power of friendship. We've had enough of it. We don't care.
Let me tell you what I agree with you. I actually think this movie had a good emotional beat for it. There was a certain bits where I was connected to it, like when Yelena was like, "Daddy, I'm so alone."
End.
That was really sad.
That was at the end.
You know, but it doesn't matter what point in the film it was in, though.
Was it not at the end of the movie?
It was closer towards the end, but that was a good emotional beat. Also, all the little flashbacks to all these people's lives, all their dark moments, that was good. The issue with that for me, we didn't see ghosts. We didn't see none of ghosts, and I don't know if that's because you can't touch her, or something. Maybe it might be to do with that. But I think they should have had one for Ghost. There wasn't one for Red Guardian, and there wasn't one for Bucky. When they came in the end, we should have seen all their moments and them overcoming it to then get out. Because it felt like they just relied too much just on Bob to get out. But if the movie's about them, they all should have had their moment. But fair enough. Then I would just say the action, it was getting somewhere with that second bit where they came to the Avengers Tower they were fighting. And then she stopped them. And I was like, this action's about to cook. They stopped it. And then Sentry, that fight happened. It was getting, and then they stopped it. And then I was hoping that there was going to be a big boss battle. Sentry versus the Void. Big CGI fight coming up. And then they were going to, go back to, there has to be a mental win, not a physical win. I'm fine for it to have gone the way it did, I guess. But I would have liked to have seen a bit of both as well. That's all for me. The action is pretty much all for me.
I respect it.
I think it's the action, yeah.
All the action kind of happened just where? Like,
that first action scene was good.
Was good. Inside the
that complex scene was good. When they were fighting each
together,
other was good. R.I.P. Taskmaster. We knew he wasn't going to last long. We knew he wasn't going to last long, bro.
This whole movie, I thought that was based around an emotional feeling so that Sentry doesn't do the damage he was meant to do. So they nerfed again the strength of Sentry.
I don't think they nerfed him.
No, they didn't nerf him, but he should have been more erratic. Should have been more, like he said, darker, like the Void. I was scared. I was in the trailer when I saw the Void. I was thinking, oh shit.
But they can't put it all in one movie though. That's the only bit where I'm like, okay, if they put all the whole thing of Hulk and Bruce Banner in one movie, anytime you see it after that, you're just used to it. So maybe that's why
they're building it up.
Sentry. Because I have there's not much to look forward to. I just know, he's a troubled child, he's there.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Because do you not watch this and be like, I want to see what more he can do?
Everything he did here, I already knew he was going to do. Like,
no, but you're saying what you knew. You have to see it as, you have to look in the eye of someone that has never seen a character like that.
He wasn't even fighting any heavy hitters, bro.
Let's bring the thing together, right? Sentry is too much of like a big character for them to introduce him the way that they did.
How should have?
I can see that.
They didn't give us much to actually work with because you expected more from the movie. You wanted to see
until I see his second appearance, I can't make a comment because it's his introduction.
No,
I'm thinking,
we're judging based on what we just saw today. Were you impressed by what you saw
with Sentry?
With Sentry,
yeah, I was.
I'm excited to see more.
Yeah. But that doesn't answer my question.
I'm excited to see more.
Were you impressed with what you saw?
I was impressed, but only some parts.
Were there any point in the movie where you saw what happened and you were like, ooh, yes?
When he was blacking out everybody.
That excited you? You don't see that in the trailer?
What do you want from me?
No,
what do you want from me?
I'm just trying to see, did you feel something? Please.
I'm excited. What I think would have brought that together more is if, again, when they all went in the Void, if you saw all of them overcoming some type of trauma together. Like how, remember in Guardians of the Galaxy, how they had to hold on to each other? That brought them together. This, I feel like it was only Yelena and Bob. Whereas it needed to be something, you need to see all of them and then they come overcome it. Just another 10 minutes.
You know what I didn't like? It was rushed. It was 2 hours, but it was rushed. You know how they first met and they were fighting and they all said, we've obviously been working for Valentino. Whoever that is. I wish they would have shown each character's actually doing things for her. Not just say, we've all been doing it separately and off screen.
I don't even know how to.
I think it would have had a much bigger impact if they actually showed, Taskmaster has been doing this for her, this and that has been doing that for her, and actually explain how they could have gotten together and struggled to work together. Not They didn't really struggle to work together. But
Nah, it was a struggle for these people to work together.
Not really, bro.
It was a struggle.
They actually grouped up quite quickly.
They grouped up because it was life or death. But in terms of how well they were working together,
I would have loved to see some betrayal, at least from one of them. You get it? That would have had a much bigger impact. Because let's say one of them betrays somebody, right? Who's the guy? Captain
they're
America.
anti. They're not villains.
Yeah, but they're anti. Who's the most selfish in the group? My man. Captain
But
America.
he doesn't want to be known as a villain.
It would have made more sense because it's in his character to just ditch everyone and do his thing.
But he kind of did that. They all kind of did that in moment. Apart from Yelena, they all kind of did their own thing and didn't tell the team and came back later and grabbed the baton to go and save himself and then grabbed them all. Because they all could have died just then, bro. He's lucky that they're trained. They could have died.
I hear that, but it's...
Post-credit scene. Bucky has new hair.
I like that one.
Like that.
New hairstyle. It's kind of like his comic book one a bit, I think. He's got a better suit than what he had in this movie as well. Fantastic Four are here in our universe. So spoilers for that movie. They're gonna dimension travel.
So wait, did they just dimension travel?
It's got to be time travel though.
Because they're not in that city.
They just said dimensional rift, but it's
interdimensional.
got to be time travel because they're in the 60s. How they go in different universe and different times? So it's got to be, unless it's quantum.
Are they from the same universe though?
You're in a different universe and time period.
In a
though.
different time period, but
And the only way is if it's somehow quantum,
they are traveling through dimension.
but also a
But
different
also in a
time.
different time.
Because they're in a different dimension, different Earth, but they're also in the 60s. So now they're coming to a different Earth, but in 2025. But my thing is it quantum travel or is it some type of galactic cosmic travel?
I think it's quantum traveling. That's what I think.
That's the only way that we know of so far because it's worked
That's
before.
that's the only way they can travel through different dimensions.
And time because
Yeah.
that's what they did in Endgame. But yeah, I'm excited for them.
Underwhelming. No
I have
one
high
else.
hopes for Fantastic Four. I do.
sorry.
I do.
Can't lie. I am a Marvel fan. I will never give up being a Marvel fan until they say we are bankrupt. We can't do anything anymore.
They will never be bankrupt again. Never be bankrupt again. Come on, bro. I'm telling you, Fantastic Four trailer. Look, this trailer, I was like, I'm interested.
It does look
Fantastic Four
but
looks
so
fantastic, bro.
did the Thunderbolts, no?
No, but it didn't look as good as Fantastic Four looks. Fantastic Four looks like it's gonna be
In terms
amazing.
of quality or just like plot?
The whole thing.
Just anything.
And the universe is more interesting.
Music alone, you know I like music.
Set.
Come on, flame on, man.
Give your final percentage score.
60.
I'm blood Marvel, bro. No lie. I'm giving it like after I can't lie, after the talking about the Fantastic Four, I'm gonna push it to 86.
I'm giving it an 80%. I would have liked a little bit more action and a little bit more inclusion of the other Thunderbolts when it comes to saving Bob. But I think Bob was great in this film. He was very emotional, he was very connected, and so was Yelena. I just think the others needed a little bit more. But a good Sentry first movie, he's done good, and I'm excited to see more of what he does.
I agree.
Catch us in the next movie review. Like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you in the next one.
Please.